So I'm about to keep it 1,001% real with you. If you don't follow these, you will not get the results. You will not get the results because a lot of people watch these videos, they take the tips and they really don't follow through, or they lie to themselves. They'll come in the comments saying, but Kareen, I do all of these and there's not real change. I'm going to request that you really evaluate yourself and see, are you cutting corners? Are you saying that you're following all of this, but just playing a victim and not taking responsibility for your life and actually doing them for real? Because I used to be one of those people that I was really cutting corners and I wasn't really as strict as I said I was. Hey friend, welcome to my channel, Kareen Aloud Mental Gym. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. So I started dealing with IBS and PCOS symptoms since I was very, very little. I got my period at the age of 6 years old. And I know that's not common for a lot of people. I don't know why. That just happened to me. I got my period at 6 years old. That's not normal. That's not normal, okay? Usually people get their periods around 12, 13. But in Haiti, it was common for people to even get it at 16 and 18 years old. Like, I know people that literally got their periods at 16 and 18. So it was definitely not the norm for me at 6 years old having to navigate that. And with that came a lot. It came a lot because I started having irregular menstruation, etc. And wouldn't say I necessarily had, my gut issues were gassiness from a very young age. I just was always very gassy and very bloated. Even when I was really skinny, weight doesn't really do well with me. I already spoke about in videos how my arms, even if I'm 80 pounds, my arms will be chubby, my face will be chubby. But there was a point where I'd say around 14, 15, I probably was like 80 pounds, almost like starving myself, trying to get rid of the bloat. And it was just still there. Gassy, like you couldn't stand next to me. Certain foods I'd eat would just not do well with my stomach, etc. But mood-wise, I was always very happy, very chipper. I had very terrible skin growing up, very terrible skin, very hairy skin also on my face, like the hair, mustache, beard. Very oily skin. I had the unibrow thing going on there. I was just very hairy. Then the pimples. The pimples was very terrible. So my self-esteem was really bad. I started really dealing with the fatigue side, the low energy, the depression side in college. Because I started dealing with real stress, I would say, around that time. And then I had a family situation where my sister had a stroke. And around that time, it was such a depressing, stressful era for me that's when I started to really experience IBS. And it was so bad that I could not get out of bed. I couldn't eat anything except for bananas at one point. Before I would go to a gastroenterologist, I would go to the ER thinking I'm going to die because I would start having panic attacks where I feel like I didn't know it was panic attacks to label it as panic attacks. So I just had fear like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a stroke like my sister. And my heart would be palpitating while I'm driving. I need to pull over and then I couldn't think. I'd get faint. I couldn't eat. It was just such a extremely high stressful time. And food, I just could not digest food properly. Like you could tell I was very deficient and I was gaining weight. I was fasting a lot. I was barely eating. I was trying keto diets, made me worse. The keto diet made it so much worse for me. Lost a lot of electrolytes and stuff, just made it worse. And I was trying every diet, working out. I would wake up before I go to work. I would wake up in the morning, like 6 a.m. because I would be at the office by like 9 a.m. So I would wake up at 6 a.m., go to my gym downstairs, run the treadmill for an hour, then go get ready for work. In between breaks at work, I'd be walking in place, doing wall push-ups and stuff. And then when I got home around 9 o'clock p.m., I'd go to the gym again, do another hour, an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours on the treadmill. And this was every day, over tiring myself. And guys, I was a mess. I had no energy. Nothing seemed fun. Life was dull. I was depressed. I just was not it. I was not it. It was not it. My self-esteem was just not it. It was deplorable. And I would pray, Lord, show me, what am I doing wrong? And boy, did the Lord show me what I was doing wrong. First things first, that is messing up your body. As a kid, my diet wasn't really regulated. Granted, at home, we ate healthy because in a Haitian household, you have no choice but to eat what they give you. But when I was in school, my dad would give us a little money to get little snacks. I would be getting the chips, the pickles, the pickled eggs, and I was carb loading a lot with everything like Slim Jims, hot sausages, and all those things. I was eating terribly. I would buy cookies at the school, like a whole bunch of snacks, airheads. There's always kids selling candy at my school, being entrepreneurs. So I would buy airheads from them, Skittles. I had a Skittle and Snicker bar obsession, and I would drink no water. It was like I was allergic to water. I was just a typical kid, not drinking water, loved chocolate. So I was eating pretty poorly like a teenager, and I was eating at all hours of the day. Like in the middle of the night, if I woke up, I was feeling snacky, even if it's 3, 4 in the morning. Hey, tiptoe to the fridge, grab something, glass of milk, cookies, eat it. Like that was just where I was. And I wasn't overweight because I was very active. I played a lot of sports. I played soccer, I ran track, I did cross country. I was very active throughout those years. So I didn't see it as a weight physically to feel like I had a problem with how I was eating. But I just would not drink water. I would drink juice when I was thirsty. I used to get a lot of UTIs. I used to get even BV in the sense that I just was not drinking water to regulate my body. And so the UTIs, the urinary tract infections was terrible. My pee would just be so discolored. I didn't know no better. And without having a mom present, because my mom passed when we were really young, a lot of these things I just didn't know. Like my dad just couldn't teach it to us, how women should take care of themselves and stuff like that. So in a sense, I had a slow learning curve of learning the importance, even as a woman, of drinking water, right? So first foremost is diet and water intake. Those earlier years, I was not drinking water at all. I was not flushing out toxins at all. And I was eating whatever, okay? In your adult years, in that sense, I would say there's a lot of adults, grown adults, that just don't like to drink water. They don't like to drink water. They have to flavor it with something that, like, you don't like the taste of water. It tastes like nothing. And you need to flush out your body, your skin, because I don't have, my skin is not oily, it's dewy. It's moisturized, honey, okay? I don't have the oily skin anymore. I don't have just breakouts, pimples all over, and I'm definitely not hairy like I used to be. I don't even have my unibrow. It's really the diet, and it was a slow process. Nothing happens overnight, but it was staying consistent, making sure that I am eating vegetables. Like, I'm a grown adult woman. I cannot be afraid of eating. I used to be afraid of eating raw bell peppers. That's crazy. Like raw bell peppers. I was like, went down to eating some bell peppers. You don't gotta dip everything in ranch because we'll have healthy food. Because there was a time I thought I was eating healthy, but I really wasn't. I'd make a salad and I'd drizzle a whole bunch of ranch, a whole bunch of artificial dressings on my salad, and then I'd put a whole bunch of salad toppings, the fried crispy jalapenos, or fried onions, tortilla strips and stuff. And I'm thinking I'm being healthy, and I'm not. Now I make my own dressings. I don't know if you guys are interested. I can show you some staples for those things. I make my own dressings. I make sure my salad is strictly fruits, veggies, what the Lord made. I do have processed foods occasionally. If I'm going out to eat with my friends, I don't try to limit myself in terms of, I'm having fun, so I'm not going to be that person. I will have a slice of dessert or something like that. But in my home, in my casa, I don't have these things. I don't have it because I'm not strong enough to deal with those type of temptations, so I don't have it. I will have healthy ice creams that you can make on your own if you have a blender and stuff. There's so many YouTube tutorials on how to do those things to make healthy snacks and stuff like that that are not processed, that you can make yourself, And fruits, if I had a sweet tooth, I train myself to, I love mangoes, I love watermelons, I love grapes, seeded grapes. I don't like seedless grapes, GMO, none of those things. And I love sugar canes. I'm not a fan of strawberries, but I'll eat cherries. I'll eat guava and all of those, passion fruit and all these things. Do smoothies, pineapples and stuff like that. If I have a sweet tooth, make a smoothie, use that. But I really try to avoid those processes. The other thing is definitely alcohol. I used to be to the point where when I finally could drink, and for a long time I was just free, living on my own. I'm an adult. I could drink. I would have Moscato all the time in the house, tequila, vodka, whatever, Smirnoff. I was an alcoholic. I'm sad to say it, but I was an alcoholic because every night before bed, I would have my Moscato, a tall glass of Moscato, and I would pour about a shot or two of tequila in that Moscato. And that's before I go to bed. So every time I was sleeping, I wasn't even really sleeping because your body metabolizes the alcohol first before it puts you to sleep and start cleaning out your body. So of course I'm going to wake up tired and fatigued all the time I'm drinking. And in those college years is when you deal with your PCOS and IBS the most, because that's when you're partying the most. That's when you're drinking the most. And then when you have a boyfriend, like I had my little boyfriend, was going on dates all the time, eating. If you wanted to, come relax and stuff, there'd be alcohol, there'd be stuff. And you're just, you don't want to, you want to have fun. You want to relax. And again, because I wasn't really that, like, it wasn't showing in my weight as of yet in college. I didn't gain all this weight and it got as bad until 2020. And now I'm like finally, trying to get rid of this weight, and it has been working. But I was still always a very small, petite woman. So I never attributed, like, you don't care about your diet like that when you feel like physically you look fit. You don't start to realize just how bad you're eating. And a lot of people eat just to look fit, but you have to eat to be healthy. It's not about how you look, because trust me, you can eat to be fit and still not be eating healthy. It's not a healthy way of eating, but it'll make you fit, but you'll die longer. Just true tea. But the alcohol thing was a problem. I was the type that felt like I couldn't have fun without alcohol. Remove even one glass of alcohol a week is doing damage to your body. I really leave alcohol for like special occasions, special occasions. Like if it's my birthday, having my birthday dinner or whatever, I'm not there yet. Maybe one day, but I'll have a glass of wine if it's my best friend's birthday or something like that. Or, okay, but during the rest of the years, out of the 365 days out of the year, I have tried to have alcohol probably 5 of those days. Okay. And I will limit it to my one glass or one cocktail, and leave it at that. But alcohol really was doing a number on me. Alcohol destroys your good gut bacteria. You have to rebuild your good gut bacteria by taking probiotics and stuff like that. That's going to help you, because I couldn't even process food because I was depleted of my good enzymes, gut bacteria from alcohol. I was drinking like a fish. I would day drink. I would in the afternoon drink. I would night drink. Like I was just drinking. It was bad. If you have a drinking problem, you have to cut it off. You have to work on that diet, sis. Start eating fruits, paleos. I eat meat rarely. Like out of the week, I probably have meat once or twice. But when I do, it's either a fish or lamb. If I'm craving red meat, I don't even go for beef. I'll go for lamb chops and then make them or whatever. But that's about it. Just twice a week, sometimes none at all in the week. And I have whole months where I just don't eat meat and stuff to try to regulate. It has helped my skin a lot. It has helped my body, my energy a lot. A lot of people say, but those first couple things, I've done that. No, you drink. You drink a lot. You might be making healthy foods, but you deep frying your artichokes, you're deep frying your sweet potatoes, you're deep frying your carrots and stuff. Everything you cook, you can't just have steamed vegetables. You got to deep fry everything. You got to throw a whole bunch of oil, even the oils you're using. You're not using coconut oils or olive oils, good fats that are good for women, or avocado oils. You're using butter, not even ghee. You're using regular butter. You're using corn oil and stuff, and you're frying your vegetables to where all the nutrients, like it's crispy, all the nutrients is gone from it. Because that was the other thing. I thought I was eating good, but I would over fry my foods so much. I was addicted to fried food, fried meats and fried veggies, that the food would just not have nutrients in it anymore. I would fry it to a crisp. I would fry it to where it's so super soggy. There's no firmness, nothing like that. Now I saute my food. I bake my food. I would drizzle a little bit olive oil, and you're not supposed to fry olive oil on high heat anyways. So, there's just a lot that I might have to do a part 2 to this. But to move on, the third thing is being active every day. What I mean by being active every day, go outside and walk. Get a treadmill. I have a treadmill in my house. I just make sure at least 30 minutes a day. I don't care how I feel. I could be in my lowest. I've never regretted a work out. Never, never. And I know when you're sedentary and when you work from home, you have to make those conscious efforts. But even if it's 50 crunches, whatever, be active. Be active, because once you're not, you're never going to really balance your hormones if you're not moving your body. The most important for me that was a game changer was definitely sleep. And we cheat sleep. I have a Fitbit that I always wear, and I don't plan. Once I reach my goal weight and I'm confident in sleeping without having to track, because I'm still disciplining myself and unlearning a lot of the things that bad habits that I've gotten. So part of it, the discipline process, is having to monitor myself like a little baby, basically. Like, I have to be hard on myself. So I have this. It tracks your sleep, lets you know. It gives you a sleep score. And I try to stay at 90 and above and get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day. 9 hours is optimum. More is even better. On good days, I try to get 10, but really get sleep. I didn't realize how badly I was sleeping until I got a Fitbit, because it monitors how much you toss and turn, how much you get up. That's what the sleep score is. And they should pay me for this, because that's free promo, honey. And I don't do promo, but look, I live by my Fitbit. It shows you when you're restless, your heart rate throughout the night, your resting heart rate. And I realized my resting heart rate for someone who's 5'4" on a good day, my resting heart rate was at like 97. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. And I've been able to bring it down to like a 63. On a stressful period, it might be a 71, 75. But it took a lot of work to get it to there. But to me, once I start seeing I'm leaving the 70s, hey, we need to revisit. What is it? You know, when you're not, the more I slept, the more my resting heart rate went down. And then I had energy to work out in the morning. I didn't realize how bad I was sleeping. And then when I figured, because I would look at my report from Fitbit and it would show that I'm restless through the night. I got up a lot to pee. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm restless because I drank too close to bedtime, like water. So I stopped drinking at least an hour before I go to bed, you know, and I try not to drink as much. Most of my water is in the morning and afternoon so that I could be in deep sleep. I stopped eating because your sleep score is always going to be low if you ate right before you go to bed. I try not to eat 3 hours before bed. That really helped, because remember, when my PCOS was at its worst, I was eating at any time of the day. I stopped eating in the middle of the night, stop eating at 10, 11, whatever, having late nights. Nope. I have the discipline. It takes work. It's not easy, but you train yourself. Start intermittent fasting, okay? Because that was a game changer for me. You train your body. Start slow. Start with 8 hours. Then go to 10. Once you master 8 for a few weeks, then go to 12, then go to 60, then go to 20, then go to 24. You know, I'm pushing to do 36 hours now because I've mastered the 24. I always get super hungry at 27 hours and I'm like, ugh, I'm trying to get to that 36. Okay. But work on that because it limits, like, I don't like to eat 3 to 4 hours before I go to bed. Because eating that late gives you nightmares, gives you heartburn. You could die in your sleep, and your sleep score is going to be so low. Your sleep quality is low because your body always prioritizes metabolizing food and alcohol before it starts to repair your body when you sleep. When you sleep, that's when your brain gets repaired. It cleans out your brain, and there's different stages of sleep. There's deep sleep, REM sleep, just the casual. You need all the stages, okay? And you wake up bloated and tired because you ate fried chicken, Popeyes, right, and then you got the itis and went right to bed. You had a big meal, went right to bed. And then having sugar before you go to sleep fires up your brain activity to where you're not resting. You're restless in your body. You're having nightmares. It calculates that with your heart rate, because your heart rate could peak and you're like, why did it peak? I was sleeping in the middle of you sleeping because you're having nightmares. You're running. You're overthinking. Like, your mind is not even at rest while you're sleeping. And the body sees that as stress. Like, we could never rest. You think you're resting, but we could never rest. While we should be resting and repairing, we're working because you decided to eat. And then now you wonder why other functions of your body, I'm not going to prioritize your skin health. That's what the body is saying. I need to prioritize your kidneys, your heart, your lungs, because that's what needs you to live right now in your brain. So stuff like hair, your hair could fall out. I don't care. Stuff like your cortisol, insulin, I don't need to balance that for you. You can have hair on your beard. I don't care if you got pimples. That's not priorities for me right now. You losing weight and metabolizing your food, I need to keep your organs alive because you're not resting enough to make that a priority to even repair your body and leave it to function at its optimum. In America, we overeat. We overeat. We live in a society where we have buffets everywhere. We have buffets everywhere. In Haiti, I never knew anyone that had IBS in Haiti or PCOS or stuff like that. I just didn't hear until we started getting like McDonald's in Haiti and like westernized food. But no, it just doesn't happen. We overeat, and then we always had a schedule. I never used to, in Haiti, eat at any time I want when my mom was still alive, was with her. No, you couldn't just get up and tiptoe to no fridge. But I didn't even have a fridge. Okay, it was in America. We had those luxuries, and I could purchase snacks at school, keep them under my pillow, and eat. That's crazy. You're doing your body a disservice with that. The other thing was vitamin D. A lot of women are deficient in vitamin D, especially if you're darker hue, like you need the vitamin D. I was indoors so much. I had to make conscious effort to be outdoors. And the best time to be outdoors, listen, opening your windows and getting vitamin D through your glass windows is you're not getting vitamin D. It's not doing nothing for you. Getting it through your screen and stuff, no. Go out your patio, even if it's a screen, let the rays come through the screen and touch your body, or go for a walk. At least 30 minutes in the morning is the best time. While the sun is coming down, that's the best time. In the peak heat of the day, you're going to burn your skin. When it's the hottest, and do it without sunscreen in the morning. I know a lot of people gonna be like, no. Because what does sunscreen do? It do block those nutrients that you need from the sun in your skin. I learned that for myself. I know it's not popular, but one day in like 2050, y'all gonna see how a lot of these sunscreens causes cancer. You like melanoma. People say it's the sun that causes it. No, there's a lot of things with skin cancer. Trust me, I had to go to a lot of estheticians, a lot of doctors for my skin. It was really bad. I'm not a doctor, but I'll say this. Be very careful with your SPFs. They're not all created equal, and you can do natural SPF. There's a natural SPF. Comment below if you want videos on all of these things. I can do a video on natural SPFs, natural deodorants, and I'm not talking about lemon under your arm and you smelling crazy, but there's natural alternatives to things that's not going to give you cancer, that's not blocking the sun from penetrating your skin. But be as bare, like what I would do on my patio, I'd be as bare as possible. I'd have just a little thing on my chest, little thing down there, wear a bikini if you have to, and sun bathe in the morning. The sun's rays are not as harsh in the morning at all. It's not going to destroy skin. Like, I don't get spots or whatever. My skin is luscious, honey, okay? And I be in the sun every morning, 30 minutes. I have my smoothie in the morning out there, or I do my morning prayers outside, or I'll just sit out there, just listen to bird sounds on my phone. And vitamin D helps regulate your hormones. You need to regulate your hormones with vitamin D. You need it. All the vitamins you really do, but really gonna get you together. And a lot of y'all are vitamin D deficient. It's crazy. Next is stress level management. A lot of you guys are fighting and arguing in relationships all the time. You might be eating right. You might be sleeping. Like, Kareem, I'm sleeping. I'm eating right. I get sun. I'm doing all these things. I cut out alcohol, but sis, you're stressed every day. You're fighting with a man every day. You're fighting with a woman every day. You're fighting with your parents. You're in toxic environments. You have toxic friends. You're watching toxic shows. Because listen, you might not be the one physically fighting, but if you're constantly watching shows like The Real Housewives, they're physically fighting, your brain don't know the difference. There's been too many studies on this. Okay, the more toxic things you watch, your brain is not knowing the difference. Your blood pressure could go up. There was a time I had hypertension, dears. Hypertension, it was bad. It was bad out here for me. I had to go to the hospital because my blood pressure was just so high. I reversed all of that. I've been through it, guys. And I was like, dang, I cut off a lot of stress, but I was watching a lot of stressful content. I was out here arguing with people all the time. Even if I'm not involved in the drama or those things, it still affects me because that's that Bible verse. Only watch beautiful things. What you speak should be beautiful, pleasant. What you hear, what you surround yourself around, everything around you should be beautiful and pleasant, because stress really raises your cortisol, insulin, messes up your hormones. You could be doing all these things that I mentioned. You cut off the alcohol, you're eating right, you're getting vitamin D. But if you don't manage your stress, you will die. If you stay around toxicity, you will die. If you keep watching trash, you will die. You will die. That's been keeping it real with you. I was dying. I was aging like a rotten tomato. And you tell people manage their stress. They stay very superficial, but go deep in there. You can't be fighting with your man 5-6 times a week. Drop him, sis. He's one of the reasons why your IBS is messed up. Your hormones is messed up. Your pH balance, all of those things. He probably cheating on you. And your pH balance is messed up. Preserve your peace. Because I'm telling you, when I preserve my peace, you can't tell me nothing. Okay? The next thing is certain things that I ate too. And I'll do a part 2. Comment below because there's so much. I just already see this is long. And I know y'all go, so long. Whatever. Because people have the attention span of a walnut these days. But I'll do part 2 if you comment below. But I do my smoothies with kefir all the time. Kefir has it repaired my gut enzymes. I use Dr. Berg's, another free plug. I don't know, people need a sponsor me, but I do Dr. Berg's probiotics for some time, nutritional yeast also that I would put in my smoothies. I started eating dates, like 3 dates a day, no more than that, 3 dates a day, especially if you're a woman. I'd have my avocados, salmon, healthy fats, and kefir really helps, sauerkraut, any pickled things. Also, what worked for me too is garlic and honey in the morning for some time, not forever. I did it for about 2 weeks straight. And then I would have cinnamon tea with jiwa, clove tea. I'd have ginger and clove tea mixed with cinnamon. And I have that every now and then. Occasionally, I try not to have herbal things too much back to back, but I have moringa tea also. Like, I just went the herbal route, and I eliminated products, and I know it can be very costly, but I was dying. So I was like, hey, instead of buying new clothes and stuff, let me spend that money on getting less toxic things for my body. But I'm gonna leave it here. Comment below if you want more, and I'll do another video. And share this video, leave your own testimonial. I got you guys, because there's just so much that goes into it. Of course, this is not all of it, but I really reverse all of this for myself, and I want that for you too. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.